Hello and welcome to Jamie TV. Thank you very much for joining me. If you are watching live right now, if you are watching from the future, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you could join me. If you could just let me know in the chat if you can hear my microphone okay, that would be quite wonderful. Just making sure I've got everything here set up that I need. Let's just check this screen. That seems to be all working, and this one all quite marvelous, I think. Okay, so let's have a look who we have got in the chat. Dave, thank you for being here, and Josh, thanks for joining me, buddy. Right, okay, so what are we here for today? Thank you, Dave. What are we here for today? Right, so I've been doing some demos for bass guitar, looking at Amplitube 5. I've done 3 streams on that, and I got pretty excited about the Amplitube, about the X Gear pedals, right? So IK Multimedia released 4 actual physical pedals quite recently. There's a reverb, there's a delay, there's a modulation pedal, and there is a drive pedal. And to be honest, if you have all 4 of those pedals, then you're pretty much covered for most effects that you might need. Now, they are not the cheapest of pedals, but when you actually look at what they do, the prices are actually pretty good, because each one of them can be used as an interface. So you could actually, plug it into your iOS device or into your computer and use it to get your guitar into your device. Now, if you buy those pedals, you also get the virtual version of the pedal to use inside of Amplitube. Also, if you're an Amplitube user like me, you can purchase the X Gear pack. So let's just go to this screen here and open up Amplitube. There we go. And let's just go to here. There we are. Right, so I'm just going to move this screen across a little bit. Now, if you select pedals in this window here and go to collection, I need to back out of here. Right, yes. Okay, so you look for X Gear series. Right, now, if you use Amplitube, you can actually, if you want to try something before you buy it, you can actually click on it and you get, I can't remember how long it is, but you get a limited time to use that pedal for, or that collection of whatever it is, amps, pedals, speakers, whatever, whatever's included. You get to try it out and see whether you think it's any good or not, right? And believe me, if you try these pedals, you will definitely want to buy them. So in the X Gear pack, there are 4 pedals included. So we get the X Space is the reverb, that's the blue one, and then we've got the green one, which is the delay, that's the X Time. The modulation is the goldy colored one, the X Vibe, and then we have the X Drive, which is obviously the drive pedal, the nice red one. Now the virtual versions of the pedals differ only slightly. The sounds are the same. The difference is, if you look at some pictures of the actual pedals, the stumps are a little different in places, I believe. And what happens, what's really nice with the virtual versions, is that the controls on the pedals change slightly depending on which sound you selected, which presumably that doesn't happen on the real ones. But anyway, so what I'm going to do today is, I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done because there's so much to these pedals. I think I'll start with each pedal in turn, and I'm going to play some presets. I'm going to play quite a lot of presets because they're digital pedals. They have lots of different algorithms, different types of sounds in them. And of course, the nice thing about the real world actual pedals is that because they are digital and basically contain software, you can have a whole lot of presets in there to recall when you're actually performing live. And you have that same facility inside the virtual versions. So I want to play you lots of presets, but there are many presets in each pedal. So I've made a list actually for 2 of the pedals. I didn't get time to do the other 2. So I've been through them. I've selected the sounds that I think you really need to hear to give you an idea of what the pedals are capable of. So I'll play some sounds and we'll have a bit of a look at how each pedal works. So I don't know whether I'll get through all 4 pedals today. It depends how long it takes me. I can always do another stream to do the others or whatever. And if after the stream, if there are questions about any particular pedal that I didn't answer in the stream, then by all means I can go back and do another stream and take care of your questions. I just noticed that because I've got my ripped jeans on, my naked knee is in that lower picture there. Let's just bring that camera up a little bit. Okay, it's still going to be there partially, but never mind. It's only a knee. Okay, so now if I just drag that picture over there a little bit so you can see the pedals better, and we will go to the reverb first, and I need to unmute my guitar. I muted it on the tuner. There we are. Okay, now there's a little background crackle, and and my apologies for that. I think it is because I use one of those internet extenders to come from the house to my studio. It comes and goes. It's not always as bad as that, actually. I'm trying to find a way to get rid of it, but that seems to cause some interference with the guitar. So it will die down, I promise. Okay, right, so what we do is, actually, let me just press that there. Okay, just mute that for a moment while I'm speaking. Okay, so we'll go to look at this pedal here. Now, in each of the pedals, you have a bank of algorithms, different kinds of reverb. So you'll see, the familiar names there. There are shimmer reverbs, there's room and hall and plate and spring, etc., etc. All the things you'd expect to see. If you click up here, then off of each algorithm, there's a preset. Okay, so we're going to go with Ghost to begin with, and I shall play you some chords, and you can have a listen to how gorgeous this shimmer is. The shimmers really took me by surprise. I mean, that's pretty immense, isn't it? That's really, really pretty cool. All right, I'm going to move down to Shimmer 2. I'm just going to, no, I'm not. I'm going to play you another one from here. because glitter is really gorgeous. Alright, that's really a pretty nice one. That E minor 7 I played up there, that should have been a 7. That sounded a bit bogus, but never mind. And then I'm going to move on to Shimmer 2, and we are going to play Deep. This one is really quite staggering. This is called Organ. Right? While you hear this is absolutely insane. How crackers is that? That sounds absolutely amazing. Right, okay, now on to some slightly more regular sounds. This is Hall A from the Hall presets. And now let's move on to a room preset. Room. Let's do tiny room. So obviously, you know, I mean the obviously the big, immense, you know, really creative sounding reverbs are really, really impressive, and those kinds of sounds probably sell pedals. But of course, what we need is the more regular, you know, more sort of everyday kinds of effects sounds as well, and there's no shortage of those too. So here is a tiny room. the guitar. All right, so that's a nice one. Then we've got the chamber sounds. Here's Winery. All right, now church. Okay, so we're back onto a more dramatic sounding one. Big space from the church algorithm. That's all right. Okay, hey Sam, thanks for joining us, mate. Oh, you thought I was doing the hardwired pedals? I'd love to. I'd love to. I don't actually own any of the actual physical pedals. I would love to, but right now all I have is the software versions, and it's IK could pull an Eventide with these effects. Sell them one by one as AV3s. Well, now that's a really interesting idea, Sam. I've been thinking about this. It's quite some time ago actually that IK Multimedia, they did say something about Amplitube 5 coming to iOS. Now we are very much in need in the iOS world of an updated Amplitube app, because there's still not like this if you look how many fabulous, amazing synthesizers there are on iOS, and then look what's available for guitar, it's not a lot, and for bass it's quite pitiful. So yes, we really need to see them come to iOS. Now, I've been kind of wondering, because Amplitube 5 is amazing. There's so much in it, and it's deep. Could iOS handle that? I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. But if it couldn't handle it, then maybe it would be nice to see some of these individual amazing pedals actually being available as single AV3s, because they are remarkable. They really are. And if you think like Eventide, who actually I was going to mention in a moment, those Eventide standalone reverbs and delays, etc., which are really, really good. When you look at the price they sell for one effect, I'm sure that would be worthwhile financially to IK Multimedia. But I don't know how all that stuff works. I don't know. It's just stuff, that I think about when I should probably be thinking about something more, something else. Yes, Mixbox works great on iOS, and yes, it is quite heavy. In Cubasis 3, yesterday on my Patreon stream, I was mixing a track, and I didn't have any other AV3s open, but I had 3 instances of Mixbox open to mix some vocals with, and it was fine. It coped fine. So, yeah, maybe we could just have Amplitube 5 as a whole. Right, stop waffling, hippie, and play some more presets. Right, yes, so this was the one I was going to mention. Now, it is Heavy Man. Yeah. It's also Hippie Nice. So The next algorithm down here is the plate, and then we get onto spring, which is when I was going to mention eventide. So let's just do the plate first. We'll do things in order. And I think we want, what did I write down? Yes, the platinum plate. Okay, right. All right, so that's, I mean, you know, that's pretty nice. That's cool. I'm going to move on to the spring. What iPad am I using? Well, I am using a 6th gen iPad. Now, anybody who's watching this, because I'm doing desktop software today, might be wondering why we're going on about iPads, but that's because most of the videos that I've done up until recently have been iOS videos, and the reason for that is because, I mean, I've always done stuff on desktop as well, but my desktop was out of action for a while. It broke down, and I didn't have any money to get it fixed up, and so I focused on what music I could make on iOS, and got really heavily into that. And now I've now that lockdown's finally, you know, ground to a halt, and I'm actually able to go out and work and earn some money again, I've started getting my computer fixed up, and so I started doing some desktop software as well. But yes, so some of the people in the chat, in fact I think everyone in the chat is actually an iOS musician. The iPad I'm using is a 6th gen basic ordinary iPad, so it will be 4 years old. I turn 50 in a couple of weeks, and I've asked everyone to give me money so that I can put it towards getting a new iPad. And I'd love to get a Pro. I'll be honest, I would love to get a Pro, but I honestly do not think I'll be able to afford that. So I'm probably going to end up going for the newest version of the Air. I think it's a decent choice, because the Air, obviously it's not as powerful as a Pro, but it's a lot more powerful than a basic iPad. And the difference in performance, I feel, between the Air and the Pro, I feel that the difference in performance is this much, right? But the difference in price is this much. So yeah, that's my thinking. Right. Okay, now I'm going to move on to spring, and I'm going to select the preset called spring. And now I'm absolutely knocked out with this reverb. I do think that it's an absolutely excellent bit of software, and I'm sure the actual pedal is amazing as well. The only thing that disappointed me ever so slightly about this was this algorithm. The spring it's not that springy. It sounds great, it sounds really nice, but it's not that springy. I'm trying to just kind of dig in. I'll go to the bridge pickup. You know that quack that you get with the spring reverb? That sort of bounce of the springs? It's just not quite there. But it is a cool sound. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not. So now what I'll do is I'll just show you how some of the controls work. So when you look at the pedal, there are two banks of knobs which you change between with this little button here, Now, if I go to pre-delay, I can make it happen later. So there's a pause before the reverb kicks in, which can actually make quite long. But for a spring reverb, I want it to happen immediately. I want to colorize it, and that does bring in more of that spring sound. But I'd still like to actually hear the springs more. There's also some modulation here. Bring that in. And if I press the button here, we can change the modulation rate. So let's make it nice and fast so it stands out. Now that does sound really, really nice, I have to say. What do you think in the chat? Does it sound spring enough? Right, and we've got a high damp to take off some of those some of that bright top end that you get with the reverb. And we've also got the high pass filter. So we can take out the low end. Alright, now let's take the width up. Right, now on each of these pedals there's also a cabinet feature. And we don't actually need the cabinet feature, because what I actually forgot to show you at the beginning of the video was the setup I was using. So I'll just show you that now after the fact, right? So I'm just using this amp, the 57 Custom Deluxe, which if I just bypass the reverb, now I'm on the bridge pickup there, so you'll hear I've got very little front end boost. Right, so it's just a nice, clean, not too bright, and that's all I've got in my chain there. Right, so right, what's Sam saying? For Sam, the best reverb, the best spring reverb you've ever heard is the one built into the Soundcraft mixer at a local radio station way back in time, mid-80s. It had both spring and plate reverb. Those Soundcraft mixers, they were absolutely immense. They were really, really good. And I've had a number of Soundcraft, or I've worked with a number of bands and studios actually that use Soundcraft mixers. They don't tend to be regarded as like one of the sort of, you know, like top endy ones, but I've always found them to be very clean sounding, plenty of output, and inbuilt effects really, really good, really warm. The springs could reverberate for 30 seconds when I hit the desk. Well, yeah, see, that's what I'd like to be able to manipulate in this reverb. It does sound great, and for a spring reverb, which, you know, in the real world is quite a limited sound, it is what it is, you can manipulate it to do all kinds of interesting sounds, but I just want to hear those springs a bit more. The cabinet feature on here is, you know, like, say if you were using the pedal in a situation where you didn't have an amp, you've got cabinet emulation here, and there's how many cabs? There's 4 cabs or a bass cab to choose from. So, you know, there's a lot of features in these pedals. All right, so that's just kind of a quick bob through some of the controls, just to give you an idea of, oh, and the other things are, this button here changes the model that we're on. You'll see it changing here. And with this control here, you can bob through the presets. So that's what that is. And then this button here, the X mode, is kind of like a boost, an exaggerated version of the sound that you have right now. So if I go like this and kick it in, right, we get that. Could be great for the end of a song, you know. Could be great for like something like then you stomp it in. Right, big finish. Okay, I'll try and remember to keep hitting that in some of the other pedals and some of the other sounds. Let's go and choose, a swell, which was my favorite in here. Slow rise. Okay. Let me just play one chord for you and let you hear that. Right. Okay, let's do this. Right, okay, which is really, really nice. But then if you play it quicker, you get this really nice kind of like, it's like a phasing kind of slightly mad, trippy sound in the background. Very, very nice. Okay. Right now we've got a gate reverb, which is it's a gate reverb. Right, now let me just move this pre-delay like this. I could arse around with that all day. It's great. Okay. Right now, then we've got a reverse reverb, which everybody loves arsing about with the reverse reverb. It's one of those things that you can get kind of lost in and then never actually find something that works in a track. But you really try because it sounds so cool. And again, this is one of the kind of presets that can sell a pedal. Let's just go back to my middle position. Alright, so now I'll just play you something slowly so you can hear it actually happening. let's just shove that pre-delay up again. Right, let's do that again. Push this button in. That does sound incredible. That's really cool. I mean, that can actually feed back on itself. All right. So, Sam says he really misses a truly universal, a universal tweakable multi-effects apps. I don't know how I managed to read that upside down. That suit most scenarios, keys, synths, vocals, etc. Sorry, my eyes are going funny. I really need glasses. And Sonic, DV4, Yamaha, SPX 90 come to mind. Yes, yeah, I can appreciate that, Sam. Yeah, definitely. We could do with some modern versions, I think. Right. So let's go down the list. Early reflection. Parasite. Check this one out. Right, and just one chord so you can really hear it. I'm going to press in the X mode button so you can really hear what's going on there. Right, that's something else. That's really, really cool. We like that. Alright, now I'm going to move down to extreme, and I'm going to play you some chords here so you can hear what universe sounds like. This apparently is the sound of the universe. Excuse my little fumble there. Alright, okay. I think that would have sounded better actually if I'd gone from that chord to this chord there. Now, that would have sounded lovely. And then that chord would have made sense. But you know, I didn't. We'll edit that in later. Hey, Jade's here. Jade, did you hear that terrible chordal fumble? They are nice pedals. Yes, indeed. They sent you an X-Drive pedal. Ah, yes. I saw that you did a video on that, but I haven't watched that video. But I have seen many of your videos recently. I've even managed to catch some of them live, which, considering that you live in the future, is quite difficult for me. But I have, and I enjoy them very much. I love the sense of community that you feel when you watch a Jade Star stream. That's what I like about it. And considering that, you know, that community happens just sort of in a chat, is really quite remarkable how amongst friends it makes you feel. So, if anyone here hasn't seen Jade's channel, I'm sure you all must have, looking at the chat, but go check it out. Right, now I am going to move down. I'm going to go to Ethereal, and I'm going to select Oxygen, and I'm going to try to play some chords that are in the same key as each other this time. No, I'm not. I'm going to try and play something spooky. All right, Grant Dude. Now then, yes, what time is it where you are, Jade? Almost midnight. It's crackers, isn't it? Okay, so, what we got left? We've got Bloom left. And we're going to play this one. Nice one, nice one. Okay, we've just got one more to look at here. Magnetic Abyss, and that sounds like this. We'll let some of these chords ring out so you can hear what's going on. Alright, I'm not sure that A6 works there, but okay. I just thought I'd try it and see if it did. Alright, yes, Numbrini have dropped a new IR loader. Yes, they have. I haven't looked at it yet. But I'm going to be back to doing some more Numbrini stuff soon. I'm thinking about doing a video about my favourite guitar stuff. But then people keep bringing new stuff out, so it just messes it all up straight away. But yeah, Numbrini stuff's always pretty amazing. I've got some of it on desktop, and for you iOS people in the chat, I have to say, right, that the iOS stuff sounds just exactly the same as it does on desktop. So all those, doubters about iOS should really check that out. They just sound exactly the same. Right. Okay. Well, I have spent absolutely ages on that reverb pedal. So I said I would do a stream about these 4 pedals. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a stream about 2 of them, and then I'll do another stream about 2 more. So I'm going to go and look at the vibe pedal. We'll look at the modulation pedal. So switch the reverb off. Okay, switch on this one, and then exactly same deal as before, right? So if you click on this bit down here, that just changes the algorithm, and if you click on this bit here, you get the list of algorithms and you can select a preset. So I'm going to go with this one called Fresh. And Alright, so what we've got is a nice, deep, slow chorus. Which is my favourite kind of chorus. I just love that big, fat, wide, slow chorus. Right, okay, I'm going to ask you a question, Jade, if you're still around. I realise it's late where you are, but I don't know how bad it is at your end, but I've got this interference thing going on. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes it happens, and sometimes it doesn't. It is when I am playing guitar in a stream through the desktop. Doesn't happen when I'm plugged into the iPad. And it's kind of, I think it is the, I think that the internet extender, which is in here behind my computer, I think that interferes with the guitar. So, do you know anything about that, Jade? Is there anything I can do to get rid of that? Because honestly, it's like when you've got one of those little earth buzzers that gets on your nerves, and you try like unplugging everything and move everything and change everything around, and yeah, I've tried everything, and it's still there, but it comes and goes, it's not always there, and it's and sometimes it's more prominent than others. I just can't find a reason why that is. Okay, so I'm going to go to chorus number 1, and have I tried a DI box? Actually, no, I haven't. I haven't tried that, no. I think I have. I do have one. Yes, I have one. Yeah. Okay, I'll try that later. Let's see if that works. Thank you, Jade. Okay, so scooped. This one. I'm going to go to my neck pickup for this. It's got that nice kind of hollow chorus sound. I don't know if that's how you describe it, but that's what makes sense to me. I'm going to press the X mode button. And chorus X, 1986. Go back to, actually let's go to bridge pickup of this. Does it sound like 1986? It certainly reminds me of a chorus pedal I had back in, because I am that old. Right. I want to play not that preset actually. I want to play this one. I've forgotten how to play guitar. I was trying really hard not to actually play the song that came into my head because Doug keeps telling me not to play covers. Alright, yeah, shocking playing there. Right, okay, so now this one's more of a phaser. I like that. I want to make a track of that. Yeah, okay, that's going to be a new track. I like that. Okay, lovely phaser sound. I love a phaser. I love all modulations. I think being a bass player, modulations are an effect that you are able to arse around with without upsetting other members of the band too much, you know, because band members have often got that thing about bass players shouldn't be pissing about with effects. So they don't mind you too much playing around with the chorus. Right. That chorus really that phaser rather really swirls. Right, okay. Interesting chord choice there. Let's go with the next preset. And I think we'll go with... Right, Phaser Tremolo combined. Jade says a little studio is a mess of captured Aussie heat and electronic. Does that say electronic poop? I can't read, honestly. An electronic poop. Okay. Yeah, Gran. I could not take living in Australia. It looks fantastic. It's just I don't like the heat. I don't like being out. I don't. Like in the UK, most of the time, it's kind of grey and a bit miserable. Jacket weather, if not colder. We usually have about 2 weeks of what is to us burning hot sunshine. It's probably like winter in Australia. And that's too much for me. I hate those couple of weeks. The rest of the time, with the drizzle and the greyness, it suits me just fine. 35 degrees in your room, my God. It'd just kill me. I could not survive in that. Right, phaser trem. Yeah, phaser trem. Okay, play something impressive. What does that one do if you press X mode? Ooh, it does that. That's pretty cool. That's insane. Oh, I love that. I'll tell you what, people are going to be just dying to get that on the synthesizer. Brilliant. Yeah, we like that. Right, okay, let's move on. Vox. Phasey. Right. I'm going to try and play something a bit trippy. Yeah, fantastic. Right. Stone. Wow. How slowly that envelope evolves. It's like that's what I'm talking about. I love that. Hey Mark, thank you for being here. Mark says I'm just gonna have to get my eyes a bit close to this screen because I am going blind. I'm sure. Gotta get me some glasses. Hi Jamie, can you share the settings of your Amplitube, amp and cab? I struggle to recreate some of the tones. Do you mean the ones that I'm using here in this setup? Because yes, of course, by all means, Mark. I could literally sit in here and pissy pants around with software like this, like all day, every day. I love it. It's just the fact that you can move these microphones around and select different microphones and select a different room for your amp to be in and all that stuff. I'm not going to mess around with it now because I don't want to change these. I want to keep the exact same amp settings for demonstrating the pedals. And in the first video I made about Amplitube, I did go into that stuff. So if you are interested in that, then check out the first Amplitube video. But by all means, Mark, and anything you want to ask ever at any time about, you know, any guitar or bass software, any software, music software or music, anything, ask me anything you like, actually. If you need to contact me about anything, you could probably, you know, get me on social media. My email address is underneath the video, and you're very, very welcome to use it. Yeah, of course. If you would like to send a email to me, I probably could send you the preset. I think I can do that in Amplitube 5. And what I will do, actually, while we're at it, I will just put the amp on screen for just a little moment there. So that if you want to get these settings from the video, you can do that. And I will scoot along so you can see where the microphones are, and these ones up here and which room I'm using. And if I go to the now, where is the thing? Oh, it's there, right? And then those are my you know, my balance between the different mics and volumes and stuff. They're all actually pan dead center, and that's the room selection, DI, etc. And then I will just go along to move that one there, press this, and there is the mixing desk for everything. All right, so you can get the settings by kind of flicking back to this part of the video and just, you know, pausing and copying, or message me and I'll see if I can send you the whole preset, you know. That's cool with me. Right, we'll go back to this pedal and move on a preset. And I wanted to show you this one. Right, every loves a flanger, right? Now it sounds like my baby sitar. What would it sound like if I got the baby sitar on that? Maybe I should do it. Hang on. Where is she? She's probably horribly out of tune. I'm going to do it. Hang on. Let's just check this tune in. What tuning's that? Okay. Looks like the closest thing will probably go to E flat, I think. Which is a tuning I actually use an awful lot. In fact, until I started doing... No problem, Mark. No problem at all. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, Graham. Until I started doing a lot of demos on YouTube and stuff, I played in... so turn all the way up it is. I played in E flat tuning nearly all of the time. Most of the bands I played for played in E flat. And I made all my own demos and everything in E flat. it comes from being a big Thin Lizzy fan and Van Halen fan, and also because when I'm singing my own songs and I'm trying to get some power, because my voice doesn't really have very much power to it whatsoever. But you know that it's that old thing about playing guitar, writing on guitar is E sounds great, right? You want an E chord in there. And as soon as you put an E in there, it puts you in a certain key where for a man's range to really kind of push it and get those power notes, it's kind of up there. And although I can hit those notes, hitting them with any power at all is difficult for me. So E flat just makes it that little bit easier. Not that I'm a singer anyway. Right, okay, so let's see. Baby sitar is fantastic, but the problem with it is the range, the series that this one comes from is I just noticed that camera's frozen. That camera says I still have that guitar on. What's that about? That camera's gone to sleep. Why has it done that? Stupid ass. It's gone. I'll tell you what it's done. It's gone to sleep. It's gone to like screensaver mode. Why has it done that to me? I don't understand Android phones anyway. Right, Droid Cam. Okay, plug you back in. Right, and where's that bit of software there? Right, okay, that should be working now. Okay. Right, and there we are. Now you can see that in shot. And there's my youngest two kids over there. Look, they don't look like that anymore. That's about 3 years old. Okay, so yeah, the thing about this series of the baby sitar is that they made them just like the originals, which means that they just let me show you there's the bridge. Look, so it's not intonatable bridge, and it really shows when you play higher up the fretboard. It starts to sound pretty out of tune. So it's all right when you're doing single note stuff, but if you're playing anything chordal, it can sound a bit rough. But I love it. So what I do when I record it is I will record all of the bits where I'm playing down the bottom of the fretboard, and I'll have that tuned. And then when I play something higher up the fretboard, I will tune the chord and then record that. Hope that makes sense. And not that's got anything to do with what we're talking about. But while I've got this, let's just let's put a reverb on, right? So we'll put that back on. And let's grab that. Let's grab one I've not shown you, right? Right. Let's have some delays. Let's go mad. And I'm going to grab this. Where is it? Can't see. Oh. Right. All right, okay, that's it's a bit much, but it was a fun experiment, and that's what it's all about. Meaning in life, have fun. And try not to eat too many biscuits. All right, okay, so I said the chap who ate a packet of dark chocolate digestives last night. Well, the missus had a few, but she wasn't that helpful, really. So, and that's how I am. I can leave a packet of biscuits. I can leave a temptation untouched forever. But once that packet's open, it's they're getting eaten. Right. So here is the doubler. Right, the doubler. You just play a couple of single notes so you can. Right, I'm going to play with this one a bit. Play with the speed. The depth. Wonderful. Okay, and then we've got some EQ there, and then some more EQ, a cab sim and mix. Okay, let's put that mid Q there. Go like this. All right. Bring that depth up. Crackers. That one's a lot of fun. Then we've got the metallic. We're going to play the steel preset, I think. Right? Right. Okay, let's move on. There's only a couple left to look at, I think. Right, we've got a rotary. I would always tend to go with the slow setting, so let's pick the fast one. Sounds a bit harsh on bridge, doesn't it? You know what, while I'm here, I'm going to try that slow rotary, because I just love that thing. And let's just throw that reverb on it. That's was it the the church one? Let's go with the hypnotic church. There's something in that. I've frozen. I don't know what to play. Okay. That's nice, isn't it? I like that. That's pretty cool. All right. So now I'm not supposed to be piss-panting around with that. Let's move this one down one onto tremolo, and that preset there. Okay. For people like me who struggle to play rhythms, strum one chord. Yeah. What can you say about that other than that's great? Okay, and all right, now the next one we've got is a step slicer. This is next to the last one. This one, I've got to be honest, it sounds amazing. But I don't know what to play when I switch it on. But it just sounds, it's got this great graininess to it. Maybe something like well, that were a load of nonsense, but you can hear the sound anyway. Such a cool sound. All right, and the last one, step filter, right? Now this is a mad sound. I'm not even touching the guitar. That's responding to the interference I've been moaning about. So I'll play a note then. It's a neck pickup. It sounds a bit rounder. Okay, so I'm just going to have a... I'm going to finish in a moment. I'm just going to have a little play with that one before I finish. Right, let's just switch on the X mode button. That's the sound for the old ladies in the front row, isn't it? They'll teach you to complain it's too loud. Alright, switch that off a moment. Right, now the EQ on this is all... right, the bass and mid is cranked, the treble is all the way off. Let's bring down the depth a bit. Okay, so now you can hear the guitar shining through the effect. And bring it down a little more. And bring down the speed. Let's just play one chord. Right. I mean, alright, that's pretty good. Now, of course, this pedal has a BPM pedal, so you can actually sync it to your DAW, or you can dial it in manually. So we've got bass, mid, treble. Let's bring up some treble. Take some bass out. Okay. Move on one. Right, it's got different modes. That's mode 2. Mode 3. And 4. And then we've got a cut off. Ah, right, okay. And then there's the resonance. Okay. I've made everything disappear. Okay. Ah. What's that last mode like with that? Okay. Then we're going to swing. That changes the rhythm, I think, of the... Yeah. And then... I can't read what that says. It says dest. Destination. You see what I mean about how each pedal's controls will change depending on which algorithm you've selected. So it has an appropriate selection of controls for each algorithm. Right, and then you've got all different steps. Oh, okay. Let's just move them around, see what happens. Oh, I see, right. we're not done with the steps yet. We've got 8 steps, and then we've got a mid Q, mid frequency, and then we have the mix setting and the cab, which I spoke about before. So, wow. I made a preset, only one. No, I made 2. I tell a lie. Right, but right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end for today. I'm going to do another stream on this. So what I'll do is in the second stream, I will do the other 2 pedals, and I'm going to talk a little bit about presets as well. I was going to sort of talk about it now, but if I'm honest, I'm starving. I'm going to go and get some dinner. So thank you everyone who's checked out this video. Thank you very, very much for watching, and for being in the chat. I did a stream about some desktop software recently where there were people watching, because you can see how many people are watching, but they weren't talking to me. so I was beginning to wonder whether the chat was even working. So I typed something in it myself. It was working. It was just, so there were people watching me, and the numbers stayed good through the stream, but they just didn't want to talk to me. So anyway, so thank you for being here, and for chatting. Yeah, and thank you very much, Jade, for being here. Thank you, all of you. It's been a pleasure. So I'm going to go and get some dinner now. So thank you once again, and enjoy your day. Enjoy making lots of awesome music. Take care of yourselves, and try really, really hard not to piss your pants about. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.